Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be having a look at the fully rainbow level 10 Links INT Dokkan Fest Gotenks. This is a unit that has gone up massively in my overall ratings fairly recently with the release of the 10 new category stages on Global for Extreme Super Battle Road. I basically used this guy on every single team you could use him on. I used him in some runs for the GT Legendary Goku event. He is ridiculously good. I think he's quite underrated. I was planning to do this anyway, and today seems like a perfectly good time because I saw some INT Gotenks slander on the timeline, and that is unacceptable because this unit is amazing. So yeah, base form is where you could argue that he is mid. His passive is 1 key and attack and defense 100%. I mean, 100% is not terrible, but it's, you know, not the best. But this is literally only for one turn. And then on the next turn, he will become Super Saiyan. We'll look at his passive then. But even in this base form on turn 1, he still has the greatly raises defense. So he still raises his defense for 50% on super attack. We're going to run him on the Hybrid Saiyans team because I want to get him linked up with the physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I was waiting to do this showcase until he got his EZA. And I've brought a couple of support units like this 40% Trunks, and we deliberately bought the 50% Gohan as well because I want to show like the real maximum he can do when you optimize him, because he's such a good unit. But this will be a good indication because this turn, this is an awful first rotation for him. We only have Fierce Battle active. If we put Gohan here, we would get Saiyan Lineage as well, but I kind of want to keep the Trunks around just so we can have some support on the next turn. But as you can see, on turn 1, even with only the 100% buff from his passive, he has 133k defense. So when he super attacks for the first time, that's going to go up to just under 200. It's going to be like 198 or something like that. So just under 200k defense on turn 1 in his weakest form, I would say, is still pretty good. So we'll go ahead and see what he can do. Obviously that is with the 40% support Trunks on rotation, but this is him at his worst essentially. So 1.8 on the attack, obviously nothing too crazy, but like I said, it's only for one turn, and unfortunately we did have type disadvantage, so not getting the crit means that we're not going to do a lot of damage. So Trunks going to come in for the W, and then we'll get this next rotation sorted out here. So we're going to keep one Gohan around with a future Gohan because they link reasonably well. I don't want this rotation to be like crazy OP and dominate the showcase, but we'll leave them over here. And then yeah, we'll get the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks floated around, because once the INT Gotenks become Super Saiyan, they do still share quite a few links. They're obviously not perfect link partners, and then eventually once we do decide to transform the INT one up to Super Saiyan 3, they share every single link except one. So that rotation is going to be very, very powerful, especially when we have like the INT Gohan for that 50% support in slot 3. That's going to be pretty crazy. So the additional from Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks almost finishing him off. So yet another turn where we're getting Gotenks to deliver the blow when there's barely any. Oh wow, yeah, okay, look at all the support on this turn. So we've got 3 links active now that we're in Super Saiyan form. We get pick up Golden Warrior and Super Saiyan. With all this support, we've got 161k defense. So of course, post super attack, that's going to go up to over 200k. So if we look at his Super Saiyan kit, still has the 50% defense raise, does immense damage, has a 70% chance to stun, which is why he's so good in every single Super Battle Road stage. That's coupled with the fact that the passive, whilst it can be RNG related, and I can understand why people would maybe downplay him a little bit because of that, he still gets 2 key and attack and defense 100%, then has a high chance of attack 50%, a high chance of attack 50% again, and then the same for defense. So obviously if you get the worst possible luck, none of these proc. If you get like medium average luck, I guess, you get one of each, so an extra 50% attack and defense. And obviously if you get the best luck, you get both. Now, one of my chief complaints about the like in battle HUD and display for Dokkan is they don't give you any indication of like how much of this passive has actually activated. which I think would be something that they really should do. Because they added in this thing where you can click on the enemy and see like this extra details here. I really wish we could do that with like the Gotenks here. Like it would actually show if those things had procced. That would be super useful. But we'll just have to basically keep an eye on the numbers as we go through and see what his stats are going to be like. So we'll go ahead and get the... Obviously we're going to get the finishing blow here with Gotenks. As long as we don't get supered in slot 1, we should just take double-digit damage because our defense is pretty high, even at pre-super attack. But yeah, 2.9 million. So there's a lot of support on this rotation, but only 3 links activated. And obviously the power of this unit comes from the fact that he has the additionals. So we got a little bit bogged down talking about the RNG of those 50% buffs. I didn't actually read out the last part of his passive, but you would have seen it on the screen. He obviously has a certain chance to do an additional super attack, which means if you have dupes or skill orbs in this guy, he can super attack 3 times. So he has a medium chance of launching an additional super, which is 30%. And then, of course, for my build, I gave him 18 additional and 11 crit. Obviously, he has 5 dodge because he's an int unit. So I do like to give my big units the defense level 5 rather than attack, because it's nice to be able to hit a slightly higher attack stat, but I think the defense is more useful when you're taking them into like harder events like the GT Legendary Goku event and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and... Whose Gohan is better? I can't remember what level the friend is. Oh, they're both 90%, okay. But mine's already gotten more stacks. I guess we should, while it's early in the event, we should let the other one get some stacks actually. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then do this. If we can get some big damage out this turn, we might actually be able to one-turn this Goku, because it seems like we're getting into this cycle where we keep getting Gotenks on rotation when the enemy is almost dead. Because I would quite like to see a triple super attack turn from Gotenks in this video. So additional super from Gohan is good here. Can we get a crit maybe? Get that extra stack off and do some extra damage. No crit, but we still do 1 million damage. Future Gohan's up to 1.5. Obviously with the Trunks support unit on the team, allowing him to transform. He's kind of an underrated unit as well. He hasn't aged the best, but he is still pretty good. Maybe I'll link level him at some point as well, but I don't really use him that much, to be honest. Like, often when I run this team, I run the High School Gohan as the link partner for the Tech Gohan. But yeah, this is the rotation I wanted to get here, because we're able to get most of the links active. So the only one we don't get is Golden Warrior. Obviously, if I put this physical Gotenks in slot 1, he's obviously going to finish him off. So if we have a look at our defense now, 169 again. Unfortunately, no way to tell with the passive. 173 on the physical Easy A Gotenks is pretty wild as well, to be fair. So we'll do this and do this. Unfortunately, yeah, if we keep getting these turns where the enemy starts on such low health, we're not going to get to see the multiple super attack turns, especially when we're hitting almost 3 million attack stat on the first super attack. Because you push out 3 of those in one turn, that's a lot of damage. And then obviously, as I was saying before, any events where you actually are able to stun the enemy, every single one of those super attacks has a 70% chance to stun. And that's why he is just so good on any stage of Super Battle Road that you can run him on. Because it's only turn 1 where he isn't the best. Obviously, he's not a unit that really wants to be in slot 1 because he gets that 50% defense raise on super attack. But you put him in slot 2, and even for that first turn where he's just in base, after super attacking, his defense is very solid. So obviously, future Gohan here getting the buff from the Gohan in slot 3. I think my future Gohan has, I want to say 2 dupes. Maybe it's 3. I'm pretty sure he isn't Rainbow. And like I said, I haven't link leveled him at all. So it'll be interesting to see him on his best possible rotation, because he shares a good few links with the Tech Gohan, but obviously he's far from his best link partner. So see, if I do this, I feel like we get physical Gotenks just KOs. So let's go ahead and do this, and then just grab these. I don't think he's going to survive the INT Gotenks. Let's see if we can actually get a couple of super attacks this turn. I mean, pre-super attack on this turn without support, we're still taking double-digit damage from normal attacks. 54 from the super is not terrible, and then just over 2 million attack stat. So obviously the criticism that you can make is he's not like the, you know, biggest damage dealer. 2 million attack, he only got 1 additional normal, so not crazy damage, but his defense is solid, which is what you want in the harder events. With support and the right links and everything, he can hit some solid numbers. And of course, I feel like one of the reasons why I like him is because he has so much utility for the different events, right? So short form events, things like Super Battle Road, you're not going to see the Super Saiyan 3 form from him, like, at all, because on Super Battle Road, it's very unlikely that you get to turn 7. But on Super Battle Road, turn 3, once you transform into Super Saiyan Gotenks, you get that 70% chance to stun, which, as we all know at this point, unless you've not really played Super Battle Road or watched many Super Battle Road videos, stunning in Super Battle Road is one of the most powerful mechanics. It can literally be the difference between winning and losing, especially when it comes to doing no item runs, which I know a lot of people don't care about doing, but it's kind of my bread and butter over here on the channel, and a lot of people like to watch them. Stunning is one of the most important mechanics, and so having a unit that has a 70% chance to stun and the potential to super attack 3 times in one turn is incredibly useful. And then when you go into long form events like this, or the GT version, or every time they bring out, like, all big celebrations now, pretty much we get a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, you can't stun, but your defense is going to be very solid, because remember, every single super attack raises his defense by 30%, so by 50%. So, you know, he's going to be hitting some pretty good defensive levels, especially if you actually manage to get the triple super turns. Like, his defense can be pretty crazy. And then you, of course, have the Super Saiyan 3 transformation in your back pocket, ready to use later on. Now, obviously, we'll go over the details of the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Hey, level 5 dodge, let's go. We'll go over the details once we get to that form. But the reason you don't want to transform too early is because once he transforms, he does actually have a turn limit restriction on part of his passive. So obviously, if you transform him too early on in the event, that passive will then run out, and then you have to do the last part of the event without his full passive active. So we'll probably activate that, I guess maybe against the STR UI Goku, but we'll see how that goes. I think what are our defenses like on Gohan? 470k on my one. I think we could probably speed this up a little bit by actually going for the first Ultimate Gohan transformation here, especially because we've got type advantage over this blue Goku, so it seems like a good time to do it, especially because once you transform into Ultimate Gohan, as soon as you take that first hit, he gets his attack up passive permanently for the rest of the event. So it's always really annoying if you transform him on a turn where there is no attack in slot 1. But we don't need to worry about that here. So we'll do this, grab these, and then give all of those to you. I mean, obviously, this is the OG Legendary Goku event. No one really uses this as like a measuring stick for how good units are anymore. But we are absolutely crushing this run. I like to, when I show off these units with the level 10 links, I like to bring a bunch of supports, try and show them in their best possible rotations. So I don't like going into like something like the GT Legendary Goku event where you actually have to think carefully, use items tactically, because you don't want to be doing like a showcase of a unit and then you forget to use an item and the Golden Azaru super attacks somebody and you die. Massive pain in the butt. But yeah, this the OG Legendary Goku event, definitely not quite as difficult anymore as it used to be. But the full Gohan rotation, dishing out a lot of damage here to blue Goku. And then we can, I guess we could transform here. I don't want the video to be super long, so I'm probably not going to go all the way to the end of the event. So let's check our defense and stuff here. So we've got 140k defense pre-transformation. So let's go ahead and transform up to Super Saiyan 3. I do quite like this animation. I'm not the hugest fan of Gotenks as the actual character in the show, but like I said, I'm very, very fond of this unit. I think he's super good. So the Grim Reaper of Justice is here. What is his defense now? 140k. So defense didn't really change. Let's have a look at his stats and everything now. So now he greatly raises attack and defense, and it's for 3 turns. So nice 50% stack on super attack, and it stacks for 3 turns. So if he super attacks multiple times, then it stacks again. He does immense damage. He still has a 50% chance to stun, which is pretty good. And then his passive is attack and defense 100%. Then he gets an additional attack 100% when performing a super, 3 key, and a 70% chance of launching an additional super attack for 4 turns. So that's the part that you miss out on. The 3 key is not necessarily important because we're linking him up with another Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So he gets so much key, he's just going to auto super anyway. But it's the 70% chance of doing an additional super that is the big get from his 4-turn passive. So all of his links active except for one. We've got the 40% support from Trunks on the rotation. So let's see what attack stat we're going to hit here. I should assume, yeah, double-digit damage from normal attacks. 5.8 million attack stat on his first turn as a Super Saiyan 3. So he'd probably kill, but oh no, we didn't crit. So we didn't get the additional though. 70% chance to additional. We didn't get it. That's sad. F's in the chat, boys. 100k from a super, not terrible considering he only gets 100% defense from his passive. Still pretty decent, all things considered. And of course, physical Gotenks with his easy A coming in for the finishing blow here. So next turn, actually no, it won't be next turn. 2 turns away, we'll have this Gohan in slot 3 to provide. Oh no. Oh well, never mind then, I guess. No super for Tech Gohan. Fortunately, he's going to be okay anyway with how good his defense is. Mine does have a lot of additional, so can we get an additional super? We cannot. So we'll tank all of these. Future Gohan should be okay thanks to all the support from the Kid Gohan. Hopefully we don't get super on Kid Gohan. That would be unfortunate. Dodge for you. Double-digit damage. Let's go. And then, unfortunately for me, because they're not around on banners much, the 50% support units that I do have, none of them have any dupes. Wow, double digits. Damn. Alright, well then. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the INT Gotenks in slot 1 again. And do this. Drop down these tech orbs here. So what is our defense looking like? 175k. Because remember, now in his Super Saiyan form, he's not just stacking his defense for the 1 turn. It actually carries on for 3 turns. So we're up to 175. And of course that goes up again when he supers this time. Unfortunately, he's not taking any more attacks post his super. But double digits in slot 1. Pretty good. 5.2. And then we get dodged. And we don't get the additional again. Wow. That is, we are having some bad RNG in this showcase. That's very unfortunate. I feel like that is typical showcase vibes, though. Trying to show off how good this guy is. And then 70% chance to dodge, to additional doesn't go off twice in a row. It's pretty crazy. Plus, considering like mine has 18 additional, so that's 36% chance to additional from his hidden potential system. So that means both of those turns, he failed the 70% roll from his passive and then the following 36% roll from his hidden potential system. So typical showcase shenanigans. Hashtag showcase shenanigans in the comments if you made it this far in the video. I appreciate everybody. Obviously drop a like, leave a comment, helps out the video in the always confusing YouTube algorithm. So Ultimate Gohan going off here, over 5 million attack stat. Nice big damage with the crit. And we get the additional as well. Let's go. 5.5. And I was about to say UI not dodging these big attacks. But of course he dodges the follow-up super. But that's fine. We'll take double digits from the normal attack, from the super attack. Because Tech Gohan is a defensive monster. And then Trunks going to be able to do some decent damage as well. This Trunks is level 10 links for me as well. He only has 1 Duke, but he's a super good unit. I really, really like him. He's an auto-include for like Hybrid Saiyan-based teams. Obviously like the Hybrid Saiyans category team, but any team that's very heavy on Hybrid Saiyans that you can run him on, I think he's worth bringing, just because he's a solid unit in his own right. So this Gotenks has over 200k defense. So this goes up to easily over 250 after super attacking, which is very, very good. So we can grab these for you, grab these, and then you know what, let us go for, I did bring the Nuking item as well, just to really like crazily. But actually, let's not use an item. I just want to see him with full support. I want to use the item. I want to see a crazy attack stat, but we'll save that for the final turn. I'll do the Monarcha head thing, grab a whole bunch of int orbs, and then I'll use the Future Bulma as well, so we can see an absolutely disgusting attack stat from him. So he's at 6.5 million on this, obviously his best turn, which is pretty good. 4 million crit, and there we go. We get the additional 7 million, and then we get the additional from his hidden potential, but unfortunately it was only a normal attack. 630k though. If that had crit, that would have been a mil, and we would have taken him out. So yeah, 7 million attack stat on that additional super is pretty wild, thanks to all the support that he's got here from the INT Kid Gohan, who might actually finish off Goku. Wow. Getting finished off by the 55% support Gohan. How embarrassing. This is actually a super good turn as well, because we've got both Gohans in front of the majority of the attacks. So we can do this, and then we'll do... Actually, you know what? Since it lasts for 2 turns anyway, let's use the Future Bulma this turn. So we can start dealing some extra damage here. And then that'll still be active for next turn, and we'll use the Monarcha head item, so we can do a full-on Int Orbs nuke with Gotenks. Although I think next turn is the rotation where he... Is he going to have a support? Oh, yeah, he's going to have the STR Trunks, I think, in slot 3. Because it'd be annoying if we didn't have a support unit on that turn, because I want to see the most ridiculous big attack stat number that we can. Of course, Future Gohan takes the super, but he does have damage reduction, so he should be okay here. He probably will still take a bit, yeah, 115k. But that's not too bad. Friend Gohan up to 3.4 million attack stat here. Can we get a crit? No crit, so no damage, unfortunately. But yeah, he's just going to tank all of these hits like they were nothing. And then, yeah, here we go. So, final turn for the Gotenks showcase. We've got no attacks in slot 1 to worry about. So, let's go ahead and Monarcha head here. Change some orbs to int. Oh, look at that. Let's go. Oh. Chef kiss. That was beautiful. So, we use the other one. You don't get the extra attack buff, but it will change some more orbs. So, we're getting 16 orbs. And you get, was it 5% extra attack per orb obtained? So this is going to be a pretty disgusting attack stat, I would imagine. Obviously, artificially inflated with items, but let's go. Don't dodge. Of course he did. 13 million, but then we get the additional. Let's go. 14 million attack stat on the additional super attack. Can we crit as well? Oh, let's go. And we get another one. 15.7. Okay, the RNG coming in. If you watched the video all the way to the end, then you got a treat right there. Look at that, like 13, 14, and 15 million attack stats from this Gotenks, thanks to the nuking item. And physical Gotenks going to finish him off? Yeah, look at that. So, there you go. That is the INT Dokkan Fest Gotenks Rainbow full level 10 links. He fits on a whole different bunch of teams. Pretty much any team that he fits on, you can run one of the other Gotenkses, who's going to be a good link partner for him. So yeah, as you can see, once you pair him up with a decent link partner and some support, he can do some pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think of INT Gotenks down below. I'm a huge fan of this unit now, so very happy to have him rainbowed. Got the last couple of copies while chasing my soul copy of the physical Goten and Trunks. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.